Hey, welcome! You ever stop and wonder what makes a great article or a video or even just a simple sign, work? Well, it turns out there's this hidden blueprint behind pretty much everything we read and create. So let's grab our hard hats and let's go unlock that blueprint together.
Okay, think about this for a second. What on earth could a heavy science textbook possibly have in common with, say, a 15-second TikTok video? I mean, on the surface, absolutely nothing, right? One feels like work, the other's just for fun. But I promise you, they share a really fundamental secret.
And there it is. They both have a hidden blueprint. Every single text you can think of, from the most serious academic paper to the silliest meme, is built. It's designed. Somebody somewhere acted like an architect, and they made very specific choices to build a very specific experience just for you.
So that blueprint, it actually has a name. In the education world, they call it text design. And honestly, understanding it is kind of like getting a backstage pass. It lets you see exactly how communication is put together, right from the ground up. Now, this is the more formal, official definition you might find. And yeah, I know, it sounds a little academic. But just stick with me here, because what it really means is learning to see the choices an author makes, and then, and this is the cool part, learning how to make those same powerful choices yourself.
So, this lays out the essential building blocks for any text architect. It all starts with your audience. Who are you talking to? And your purpose. What do you want to get done? Then you pick your materials. You've got genres, which are just categories, like a poem or a news article or an instruction manual. And you've got modes, which is how you communicate. Are you using written words, images, audio, video? Now, when you mix and match those, you get multimodal texts. Think of a website or a movie or even a meme. And finally, you use your special skills, your craft techniques, things like using a metaphor or a bit of humor to really make your creation pop.
All right, let's focus on those first two blocks, audience and purpose. Because getting these right, it's not just some school exercise. It is the absolute foundation for getting your point across, whether you're, writing an email to your boss or a birthday card to your grandma.
And this part is so crucial. Every choice you make has a ripple effect. Just look at this chart. The second you pick a mode and genre, let's say you decide to write a poem instead of a scientific report, you are instantly shaping the meaning, tone, and style. You're also deciding what ideas and information can even fit in there. I mean, you wouldn't stick a data table in the middle of a sonnet, would you? That one choice dictates the entire structure and arrangement of what you're making.
So how do you actually teach someone to become a text architect? How do you get a 5-year-old to see this blueprint? Well, let's take a little peek inside a kindergarten to second grade classroom and see how these big ideas are built, one simple question at a time. See, it starts really simply. A teacher just holds up a book and asks the students to become little detectives. They're not just looking at a cover, they're being asked to search for clues about what the author was trying to do, starting with the very first thing they see.
And boom, right there, that's the spark. The student isn't just reading the words, they're analyzing the design. They connect a specific choice, a silly font, to the author's purpose, to make something funny. It's happening.
Then the teacher guides them a little deeper. The questions change from "what do you see" to "why do you think it's there?" This gets the students to think more critically about the creator's goal and, who they were trying to entertain, their audience.
And here, the student starts naming the specific tools, those craft techniques we talked about. They see how the silly pictures and the funny jokes all work together to build something entertaining. They're literally taking the blueprint apart piece by piece.
And honestly, that's the whole secret. Learning how to take things apart is the best way to become a better creator. Those exact same questions that teachers ask in a classroom are the ones we should all be asking ourselves every single time we sit down to create something. And here it is, that exact blueprint. Seriously, whether you're planning a work presentation, a social media post, or even just a party invitation, run through this list first. Before you type a single word, ask yourself these 4 questions. This simple checklist is what takes you from being someone who just puts words on a page to a true architect of communication.
Because the truth is we are all text designers all the time. Whether you're trying to craft the perfect tweet, putting together a slideshow for work, or even just writing a grocery list, you are making design choices about structure and tone and purpose. So, I'll leave you with this. The next time you're staring at a blank page, about to write that email or that post, just pause. Pause for 1 second and think, who is the architect here, and what exactly are you trying to build? Trust me, the answer will change everything.